All right, we're getting closer to the end of the training course, so let's quickly review the skills you've learned so far. These are the skills that make up the foundation of your job as a paraprofessional. Identifying and measuring target behaviors, delivering positive reinforcement, teaching children through discrete trial training, and using prompting and error correction to help your students learn. Now in this unit, we're going to learn about collecting data on the teaching you do, which is the final piece that ties all of the fundamental skills that you've learned up to this point. Data collection means writing down exactly what the student did and what you did for each trial you run in a DTT session. Now, tracking a student's performance with data is not optional. How you take data may vary slightly from work site to work site, but wherever you work, you'll be taking data as the behavior happens. Now, the reason paraprofessionals take data as the student is making responses is so we have an accurate, permanent record of exactly what happened. We don't try to remember later what happened on each trial. We do it as the behavior is happening. So in this unit, you're going to learn what we mean by data and how to use a data sheet to record it. You'll first see a demonstration of data being collected, and then you'll observe a teaching session and collect the data yourself. Finally, you're going to get a chance to practice running your own DTT session while taking the data. And that's ultimately what you'll be doing in your work as a paraprofessional. So let's do this thing. Now, there are different ways to take data, and different sites or agencies use different data sheets depending on the student, the skill being worked on, and the preferences of your supervisor in the agency. But all data sheets pretty much follow the same general format. Now I want you to take a look at this example, and I'll explain how it works. As you can see, there's a place to write down the date, the student's name, and your name. This data sheet is labeled at the top with the name of the skill being worked on. Session information is also included on the sheet. A description of the target behavior, the materials, the teaching instruction you would use, the prompt to use for error correction, and the reinforcer you'll deliver for correct responses. In this session, there are 8 trials as shown in the first column. Different sessions can have different numbers of trials in them. In the second column, there are names of coins that correspond to each trial, and those tell the teacher which coin card to hold up. Well, let's take a closer look at how paraprofessionals take data while teaching. We're going to look at a familiar DTT session, one you watched back in the error correction unit. Anna is working with Joey on a coin identification task. This time, when you watch the session, notice how each trial Anna does exactly matches the trial that's listed on the data sheet. Watch what Anna does, what Joey does, and what gets written down. As Anna writes down the results of each trial, she'll be using these common data collection symbols to record Joey's behavior. Correct trials are signified by a plus sign. If Joey's incorrect, she'll mark down a minus sign. If he makes no response, she'll put down NR. Well, here's the first trial.
What coin is this?
Quarter.
Nice work.
Well, as you saw, Joey named the coin correctly in response to Anna's instruction and the card that she held up. So on the data sheet, Anna writes a plus symbol in the box labeled correct on first attempt. Well, let's keep going. Watch trial 2 and then watch what Anna writes.
What coin is this?
Nickel.
That is a nickel. Nice job.
Again, because Joey answered correctly, Anna writes the plus symbol in the box labeled correct on first attempt. Well, let's continue.
What coin is this?
Penny.
This time, Joey gave an incorrect answer, so Anna writes a minus symbol in the correct on first attempt box. Because she's using an error correction procedure, she's going to repeat the instruction with the same card and provide a verbal prompt.
What coin is this? Dime.
Dime.
That's right.
Now we're still in trial 3. And now Anna writes a plus symbol in the box under prompted because Joey gave the correct response. Now it's time for the second part of the error correction procedure, the presentation of the same instruction and card, but this time with no prompt.
What coin is this?
Dime.
Wow, nice job.
Still in trial 3, Anna writes a plus symbol, this time under independent, because Joey got it correct on his own. Okay, now I'm going to let you watch the rest of the trials in this session. We've already seen the first 3, so now you're going to watch trials 4 through 8, and you'll see the data that Anna is taking in between each of the trials.
What coin is this?
Penny.
Nice work, that is a penny. What coin is this?
Nickel.
What coin is this? Quarter.
Quarter.
That's right. What coin is this?
Quarter.
You got it. What coin is this?
Quarter.
What coin is this? Nickel.
Nickel.
You got it. What coin is this?
Nickel.
Nice work, that is a nickel. What coin is this?
Penny.
Wow, nice job. What coin is this?
Dime.
Nice job, that is a dime. You did great, Joey. High five, awesome work.
Okay, let's take a look at the data sheet that's all filled in for this session. Well, let's first look back and see exactly how many trials Joey got right on the first attempt. Joey got 5 trials correct on the first attempt. And how many trials were there total in the session? There were 8 trials in this session. So now we can fill out the very last row on the data sheet, total percent correct. Now by correct, we're referring to those trials that were correct on the first attempt. That is, those correct responses that were not made during the error correction procedure. Now to find the student's percent correct, simply put the number of trials the student got correct on the first attempt, that was 5, over the total number of trials in the session. There were 8 trials in the session. To get the percent correct for this session, just divide the top number by the bottom number and multiply by 100. Well, that turns out to be 62.5%. Now, because we took data, we know exactly how Joey did on this task. Joey was able to make the correct response on 5 out of 8 trials, or 62.5% for the session. Now, percent correct is important to know for all of the sessions we run because it's a quick way to summarize the results of a particular session. Additionally, in most ABA teaching programs, percent correct is used to determine whether a student has mastered a skill. Now, what do I mean by master? Mastery is usually defined as when a student is making between at least 80 and 90% correct responses, depending on what the teaching plan specifies. When students truly master the skills that we teach them, and we have the data to reflect their mastery, we can move the student on to learn new and more challenging skills, building on what he or she has already mastered. Okay. Now you are going to have a chance to practice collecting data on your own. The first thing you're going to do is you'll practice recording what you observe, just like we did earlier. So you're going to watch another paraprofessional running a DTT session, but you are going to take data on that session. Here's how it works. In each trial, Anna will present a letter of the alphabet to Megan. Megan's job is to answer correctly Anna's request, "What letter comes next?" Sometimes Megan answers the question correctly, and sometimes she doesn't. and sometimes she doesn't answer at all. If Megan's correct, Anna will provide praise. If Megan's not correct, or if she doesn't answer at all, Anna will use the error correction procedure that we learned about earlier. Whatever Megan does, it's your job to collect data on her response. To do that, you'll see a data sheet appear on your screen after Megan makes a response. Just like we learned in this unit, you'll decide whether Megan's response should be recorded as correct, click the plus sign, incorrect, click the minus sign, or no response, click the letters NR. Of course, if Anna's running the error correction procedure, there's going to be 2 more parts to the trial. You'll need to record Megan's response after Anna presents the prompted part of error correction, and you'll need to record Megan's response after Anna presents the independent part of error correction. If you need to review how this works, please feel free to go back. Time for you to try it on your own. There are 10 trials in this exercise, and you'll get plenty of feedback on how you're doing. And like before, you'll need to pass this exercise before you can move on. Once you do, you'll have completed this unit. We'll finish off our work on Tabletop DTT in the next unit with 2 comprehensive exercises and some final practical advice from Caitlin.
What letter comes next?
P.
What letter comes next? Q.
Q.
Q's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
Q.
Excellent. What letter comes next?
P.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
H.
Wow, way to go. What letter comes next? What letter comes next? U.
U.
U is right. You got it. What letter comes next?
U.
Awesome job. What letter comes next?
K.
That's right. K is next. What letter comes next?
T.
That's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
M.
What letter comes next? J.
J.
Fabulous job. What letter comes next?
J.
You got it. J is right. What letter comes next?
I.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
U.
That's right. Nice work. What letter comes next?
J.
Wonderful job. What letter comes next?
P.
What letter comes next? Q.
Q.
Q's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
Q.
Excellent. What letter comes next?
P.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
H.
Wow, way to go. What letter comes next? What letter comes next? U.
U.
U is right. You got it. What letter comes next?
U.
Awesome job. What letter comes next?
K.
That's right. K is next. What letter comes next?
T.
That's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
M.
What letter comes next? J.
J.
Fabulous job. What letter comes next?
J.
You got it. J is right. What letter comes next?
I.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
U.
That's right. Nice work. What letter comes next?
J.
Wonderful job. What letter comes next?
P.
What letter comes next? Q.
Q.
Q's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
Q.
Excellent. What letter comes next?
P.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
H.
Wow, way to go. What letter comes next? What letter comes next? U.
U.
U is right. You got it. What letter comes next?
U.
Awesome job. What letter comes next?
K.
That's right. K is next. What letter comes next?
T.
That's right. Nice job. What letter comes next?
M.
What letter comes next? J.
J.
Fabulous job. What letter comes next?
J.
You got it. J is right. What letter comes next?
I.
Excellent job. What letter comes next?
U.
That's right. Nice work. What letter comes next?
J.
Wonderful job.